So Sharice just asked a question. She has an amazing friend offered her an awesome opportunity where she can set up at a gym and actually talk at the end of the class for a couple minutes and then have a table set up as well. So we're just going to kind of walk through what that would look like and the best ways to utilize that event, right? So this is something I did a lot, by the way, Sharice. So I'm so proud of you. She's on her way to 12K. I did this, I would say, oh my gosh, probably every single month my first year. I would find a different gym or like, because I've lived here in Fort Lauderdale now for 20 years. So I know lots of gym owners, right? Like I knew a yoga instructor. I knew a chiropractor. I knew a Pilates instructor. I worked out at multiple small gyms. I like women's gyms or like, kickboxing gyms. Like I like smaller places. So I knew a lot of people. So I just asked like, hey, I would love to offer this opportunity to your gym. I'll also invite people. So I did this a lot, like Orange Theory, all these different places. And here's what I want you to start with and take some time today to really write this down. What do you feel like are the biggest pain points of the people that are in that class? Okay. Write down at least 10 pain points. And when I say pain points, what I mean is like they're wanting to lose weight. They are frustrated with their body. They are exhausted because they love working out and it feels good, but then it leaves their body exhausted. Their knees are hurting. They are, whatever. So just like writing down the things that you think would probably be going on. And if you can't think of them on your own, ask the owner, ask your friend, like, hey, what do you think are the biggest pain points of the people that come into your gym? So then you have that. And then when you create your elevator pitch, which is what you're going to be doing during that few minutes that she's gifting to you, you want to make sure you hit those points. So we all have a story, right? But we also know a lot of other people's stories. So when I share my story, I hit what I feel like that audience needs to hear, because Thrive's helped me with a lot of things, but I don't want to be there for 12 minutes talking about myself. Right. So I start off with, hey, listen, I'm so thankful that I'm here today. And I just want to share with you guys a few things about an amazing non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based vitamin supplement system that I got my hands on. And I'm excited to share with all of you in here today. So before I started on it, much like you, I was working out. I was exhausted. My body felt depleted no matter how much I was working out or how good I was eating. And I was waking up multiple times during the night. If I slept 4 hours, 8 hours, or 12 hours, I woke up exhausted, hitting the snooze button. I had headaches quite often. Like I'm just kind of like walking them through how I felt, right? I could barely have a conversation with my husband at night. I fell asleep when the kids went to bed, blah, blah, blah. Then I got started on this 3-step vitamin supplement system. It is so easy. That was one of my favorite things. You wake up in the morning, you take a capsule on an empty stomach, you wait 20 to 40 minutes, you take our lifestyle mix, which is full of pre and probiotics, enzymes, and amino acids. We all know the gut is the second brain now, right? And right now with everything going on, we got to keep our gut healthy and strong, not only so that we have the physical ability that we want, but also so that we keep our body away from all these crazy viruses that are going on. Then step 3 is our DFT, Dermafusion technology. You might have seen people wearing these stickers around town. That's what it is. All 3 products work together in synergy to fill in any nutritional gaps that your body might have. Now, after I got started on the product, within the first week, these are the things that I noticed. And then you're like, sharing those things, right? And then I started getting other people on the product. And here's what they told me. And share a few things from other people that you know, because it might be the things that touch their pain points. Like, for me, I wasn't working out at like a high level then. So if I was at a gym, I would say, and then a bunch of my friends who got started on the product or people that I knew, they started telling me, oh my gosh, Blair, I ran an extra mile and didn't even notice. I lifted 25 pounds heavier than I normally lift. I couldn't believe it. All of a sudden, all this hard work that I've been doing, I dropped 5 pounds in the first month on Thrive. It like all of a sudden, it's like my body revamped, right? So like I'm sharing parts of other people's stories that actually weren't mine, but would hit the pain points of the people in the audience. And then I say, now I would love for you to come see me after class at the table. If you give me your email so that I can set you up with access to learn more, you're going to get a free sample of any of our products that you feel like is best for you. Now, I would not do shake samples at the table of letting them taste test. And here's why. It takes one negative person to kill the whole room.
Got it.
All you need is one person to sip that shake and go, oh, I don't like the way that tastes. Oh, I can't drink that. And then the whole thing's ruined. So
Makes sense. Okay.
Instead, you just give them a sample. So my favorite samples at gyms are Pure, Activate. What was the one you said?
Recover.
Recover. Yep.
Okay.
And so I will staple, and you can literally just, you don't have to go buy business cards. Okay. I actually don't even own business cards. I use Avery labels from Office Depot. And I just put my name, my phone number, my website, and text me for a free 3-day sample. That's what I write on the little, like, it's a sticker. If you go to avery.com and you put in whatever labels you bought, they have a template. You put it in, and it literally like makes
prints for you. Okay.
Yeah. And then you just print it onto the label if you have your own printer. And it's so easy. And then I stick that on each one, that sticker. Or you could print a piece of paper and staple it. Or if you have business cards, you could staple business cards, whatever you prefer. But I like to do things easy. And so that's what I do. And as I hand them, when they come over to my table, I have a piece of paper. You can make a cute Excel sheet, or you can literally just use a yellow, lined notepad. And I just have them write their name, their phone number if they want. I write optional, and their email. And if they give me their email, then they get a sample of whatever they want. And I don't give a 3-day sample because, like I said on that sticker, it says, if you want a 3-day sample, text me. So, because I don't want to just give away my goods, but giving one Activate or Pure or, why can I not remember the name? Recover. That's not as expensive for us. So, and I actually, if you have Chill, I would bring Chill. So I would just ask them, hey, I have 4 things that I'm giving away today for a sample. It's either recover your body after your workout. You could literally pour this into your water bottle on the way home and drink it. It's delicious and it will help you recover from your workout. Or I have Activate, which is going to give you a great little caffeine boost, but also has a lot of vitamins in it, and GABA, which will help you be in a great mood. Or I have Pure, which is just a straight shot of energy. Or the 4th option is Chill, which is like our help to reduce your cortisol levels and literally help you chill out. You might want to wait and take this evening so that you're not too chill for the rest of the day. Okay. So those are like the 4 options, right? And now you have all these emails and all these new contacts, and you enter them all in as free customer accounts. And then you reach out to each person individually and talk to them about if they're ready to try the 3 steps of the Thrive experience. So, I mean, that's a huge opportunity for you.
Thank you. That makes so much sense about the shake. I get it now.
Yeah. And at bigger events, I do sell 3-day samples. And then I actually have this like wheel that Kelly Boyson and I share here in Fort Lauderdale. It's like they can spin the wheel and there's all kinds of things on there. They might win a 3-day sample, or they might win just one sample of something, or they might win a discount towards their purchase, stuff like that. But for smaller things like at the gym, I think this way is the easiest, and it gets you the most people's emails and information. And if somebody walks up to your table or walks by and says something like, oh yeah, I've tried that before. Oh yeah, I take that. Or my friend does that. Just stay positive about it and be like, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. What kind of results are you getting? Or what kind of results did she get? Just keep it super light and positive. Don't let them mess. Or if they come by and go, oh, I tried that, it didn't work. The answer to that is, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You know what? I hear that a lot from people who just didn't have great customer service because the person who started them just didn't help them. If you have the right customer service and somebody helps you, you'll feel the results within the first 10 days, most likely. So I'd love, if you want to try it again, let me know.
Okay.
Don't let them get you upset,
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, my friend gave me kind of her clients' pain points already. So nice. I'm kind of ready. Yeah, we've been talking for a while about it, been helping her plan it. So, a lot of times it's about them. They're good with their fitness. They're bad with their nutrition, and they don't want to, eat the right foods or whatever. So I'm trying to think of ways to answer that.
I love that. Well, I'm so proud of you, Sharice. A lot of people would shy away from this opportunity because they'd be nervous or, whatever. And I'm so proud of you for doing it. And I'm even more proud that you are out there, collecting this and getting opportunities. So once you do this one, ask her, hey, can I come once a month to this? Or, is that something that you're open to? And then start asking other places. You guys would be so surprised, like chiropractor offices, Pilates, yoga, workout studios, like they're usually pretty open to letting you come. A lot of times they have customer appreciation days. And so they'll let different vendors come and set up. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Great question. So, hey, Melissa, I see you hopped on. I just want to let you know, I'm just letting people ask questions because we got started at like 8:05. There's only 2 people on. So I was like, let's just do questions. So if you're wanting to do the working Zoom, we're done with birthday messages. If you're working on that, now go to stories and comment on non-thriver stories. And if you have time, also comment on your teams. Remember, when you say anything to somebody's story, you immediately go into their messenger. But I'm going to keep answering questions at the same time. Okay. So Renee, I think you're next, and then Beth.
Okay, so I'm finding that, or at least I believe I don't have the right audience, right? I've talked to Beth about this before. It seems like I'm not in the right groups. It's like I go to groups, I might be able to start a conversation, but get no response.
Okay. So walk me through that conversation.
Well, I mean, it might just be, I mean, and this is why I think I'm not in the right groups. It's like the groups they're strictly conversations regarding the topic, whatever it might be, whatever that group might be about. Like I'm a part of different ones to try to figure out where I need to be. Like, I guess maybe that's part of my problem is I'm not sure where I should be.
Okay. So there's 2 parts to that. First part is what 2 Facebook groups are you in right now to meet people? Or are you in too many?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like
it's not honestly, like I'm going to be like teacher mode here, people. So it's a yes or no. Are you in 2 groups and actively working those 2 groups, or are you in more than 2 groups?
More than 2.
Okay. So there's your problem. You are spread too thin and you're not getting, so like every time I do the working Zoom, you guys hear me say this at the end, we do the last 20 minutes focused on Facebook groups. I say pick 2 groups per quarter. Okay. And this is why I am part of like probably 30, 40 groups, but I don't actively engage in all of those groups. I'm in those groups because like, I want to know how people are cooking things in the air fryer. If I want to use the air fryer tonight, I want to know, about how they're, what their cancer journey is like if I'm in my cancer group, but those aren't the groups that I'm using to actively grow. So I want you to find 2 groups and I want you to stick with these 2 groups for the rest of the year. Okay. Cause we're almost in Q4. So just stick with it now for the rest of the year. 1 group, I want you to find that is something that you are actively that you actually like. Okay. So maybe that's a hiking group. Maybe it's a sewing group. Maybe it's a Peloton group. Maybe it's I don't know, like something that you actually like. Okay. Maybe you're a golden doodle mom. And so you want to find a group with other people that love golden doodles. Okay. So something that you love, and it can even be about like where you live. Like one of the groups that I just started re-engaging in, that's one of my 2 for this quarter, is a South Florida mom group. And it's actually really interesting. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to start engaging in here more because I didn't even know half these things that are around here that I could be doing with my family. Right. So just find a group that you're interested in. That's group number 1. Group number 2 needs to be a group where you know your ideal client is hanging out. Okay. So I know my ideal client is between 30 and 50. She's a mom. She's busy. She's either trying to build a business or she's at home with her kids, but she's trying to juggle like her own business or her own career while also being a mom. And she's feeling exhausted all the time and run down. And she feels like she's being pulled in 50 million directions and can't do anything right. Okay. That's the person I'm looking for. So I know that person would hang out in one of the groups called Mom of Tween Boys, which is also something I'm interested in because I'm a mom of a teen boy. Okay. So I'm in that group. I know my ideal client is hanging out in there. Okay. So now I have 2 Facebook groups that I'm actively engaged in every single day, 10 minutes in each, Monday through Saturday. And you can decide Monday through Sunday, Monday through Friday, whatever it is for you. And I spend 10 minutes in each of those groups every single day. I post in there maybe once a week, unless I have something really awesome, I'll post twice a week. The rest of the time is just me commenting, engaging, and every single day in both of those groups, I find 1 person to friend request and send them a message. Okay. Now, if you're doing that and you're doing that consistently, let's just even say Monday through Friday, then you're sending out 10 friend requests a week, 40 a month. Out of those 40, I bet you 4 people are going to be interested in what you have to say. Okay. But that's okay because I'm going through these conversations and I'm becoming friends with them. And now they're watching my Facebook and now seeing my stories because I'm commenting on their stuff. So Facebook's, having me show up in their algorithm. And so eventually they might decide to ask me a question about something I put in my story or on my post. right? But the main thing is when I'm getting into these conversations with people, I'm trying to get to the CAP method, right? I'm either complimenting or finding a commonality with them. I'm asking open-ended questions, and then I'm finding out their pain points. I'm trying to problem solve with either our product or our business. Okay. So I would say that's the first thing you need to do. The second thing is walking through one of those conversations with me if you're open to it. Like, well, I sent her this message. Here's what she said back. I didn't know where to go next. Right. So that's sometimes really helpful if you want to like walk through one of those conversations. And if you don't have one of those right now, even if you have it like in the next week and you can screenshot it and send it to me, then I could do that during the Q&A next Wednesday when Beth and I have been doing those Q&As every week. And I can just say, hey, somebody shared with us one of their messages back and forth with somebody and like they got stuck. So let's help them get unstuck. And I'll just walk you through it.
Okay. All right. I think I believe you're right. It is that it's too many groups. I know the 2 groups I've already chosen, but I feel like one group, even though I really enjoy it, is really it's very centered around that topic. So, and I enjoy the group, don't get me wrong. And I would love to be able to friend people. I guess I guess I'm just unsure. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll let you know.
You're unsure on the group or you're unsure about what you're doing?
Probably unsure of what I'm doing.
Okay. So let's do an example. I feel like it would be really helpful for everybody. Okay. So name me one of your groups that you're in.
Okay. So, well, one of them is the running motivation group and the other is Crazy Turtle Lovers group. Okay. We all have turtles as our pets.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, let's do either one. Honestly, both of those are great. So I like the Crazy Turtle because it's probably very niched, right? How many people are in that group?
Seems like a lot. Let me double check.
Okay, more than 1,000?
Yes.
Good. Okay, you don't have to check. It's fine. So give me an example of, go to that group right now. Give me an example of somebody's post that you would want to comment on.
Oh, let's see.
And those of you that are working the working Zoom, I just put up what we're supposed to be doing right now. 10 minutes, go to the newsfeed and comment on your potential customers, your top 10, samplers, new customers, etc. And then Beth Bullis, you're next for a question.
There's so many.
Just pick one.
Some of them, just pick one. Oh, Blair, you're putting me on the spot. Okay, what about one of the posts in regards to decorating a tank for a turtle?
Oh, okay. Hey guys, I just want to let you know, I also put up what the next thing to do is, which is your post. And today is International, hold on. I just want to tell you guys, I wanted to make sure I told you guys this. It's national, not international. It's a National Sons and Daughters Day. So that might be a great post to do something on. Okay, so it was about decorating a tank.
Yes, a lot of people will ask, you know, what can I do? Let me see your pictures.
Great.
What do you think?
Okay.
Those type of posts.
Okay, great. So then maybe you might need to do your own post in there to do like some great, like, you know, trying to find the right people for you. So I'm going to do both. So one post that might be really good for you in there might be, I don't know, like, do turtles keep you up at night? Like, I don't know anything about turtles.
No, they sleep during the night.
Is it a lot of work to clean their cage? Okay. All right. So why don't you say that? Why don't you say, who sometimes feels like you have no energy left to clean this darn cage, but it smells and we got to get it done. Just ask that question, right? And then now you have a whole list of people, everyone that answers, that's the people that you want to reach out to privately. Okay. But now let's go back to the post about decorating the cage. Why don't you just find somebody that like put up a really cute picture that you really liked. And then you comment underneath and say, wow, how long did it take to do this? Okay. Then send them a private message. Hey, Melissa, I saw your picture of your turtle cage. I love how you decorated it. We're both in the blah, blah, blah group together. And I just wanted to say it's adorable. And I'm super curious. How long did it take you to decorate that? Okay. So now you're just starting a conversation.
Okay.
Now you guys are going back and forth. How long have you had your turtle? Do you have kids? That's where I would go next because it's just easier. Do you have kids? Oh my gosh, so do I. How do your kids do with helping take care of the turtle? Are your kids going back to school this fall? What's going on where you live? Do you work? Are you home with your kids? Like, just trying to get to know them like you would if you met them at a game. I think this is where social media can sometimes be hard. It's like, how do I get to the next spot? Well, I try to always imagine if I'm sitting in the stands at my kids' game, at their basketball game, and somebody sat down next to me and we started talking about turtles, what would I say next?
Right. And that's the thing, Blair, is I feel like, or I know that when I'm face to face with a person, like I don't have this block like I feel on social media, which is weird to me. Like I don't understand why well, I'm sure there's something deep down inside that I need to figure out.
It's just a different world. I think it's a different world and you're not connecting in that way. It's why it's so important. Like, it's why all these mental health professionals are saying like, yes, we understand COVID's going on, but you have to get out and see people face to face. It is important. So I just think it's a different realm. And so I love that Tony just said it's so true. We make it weird. And Cherie said, just a tiny tip that's been working for me. If you're able to engage on a group post or someone likes your comment, I check to see if I've interacted before with them. And if yes, I just friend them. And if they accept, I say, thank you for liking my post or my comment about the turtle thing, then engage a couple of times. And then I'll start questions leading up to it. Perfect. So just think like, if I was at this game with them, what would I say next? That's just what I do. And then also I'm going to push you, Renee, to go find some local networking events in your area, because I can tell you prefer to be with people. Like, you have such a great personality. You get engaged by being with other people. So go find some of those. And guys, I know, like, listen, I am in the heat of COVID in South Florida. Okay. But I have committed that starting in September, I'm going to go to one networking event a month. So I'm just going to find the ones that feel most comfortable for me because of what's going on in the world right now. There are lots of networking events that are doing outside events, or you can wear a mask the whole time. You know, there are plenty of things out there and we can't keep hiding in our homes. So, take that chance and go out and find a networking group around you. You can Google it. You can say women professional networking group, adult professional working group, like whatever, just put them in, you'll find some, and then go give yourself a challenge. You're going to go to one a month until you find the right group for you. But this is probably where you're going to shine the most. So go find those people. And then it's also really fun because I can tell you there's nothing more rewarding than having a local team. Like, those are the people you want to like go and hang out with. You want to go eat dinner with. You want to go meet up for a walk. You want to go meet up for a training. Like, it's fun. So that's how you get there. So don't, I would really encourage you to start doing that.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, Beth, your turn, girl.
All right. So my question is this: I have been given an opportunity to speak in front of a business group. And so I went out networking the first of the week, and immediately she's like, "Oh, come talk to our lunch group." And so in doing that, I want to weave in, I don't want to just like stand up there and just talk about Thrive.
What did she ask you to talk about?
Well, we talked about the benefits. So I wanted to like maybe talk about the benefits and all the things that Thrive can do for you and weave it in. I'm sure that there's a craft to it, and I'm sure I'll get better at it as I do it. But I kind of feel like it's a little bit different than going live on Facebook. So just looking for some suggestions and how to because I know that there's people in there that are business people. There's some hardcore athletes in that group. It's a place where people come and kind of go and like work remotely.
Oh, it's a co-op working space?
It is. It is.
Very cool. Okay. All right. So first of all, Beth, that happened. You attracted that because you have been so consistent showing up for your business this last year. Honestly, so I hope that you take time to, really like be proud of yourself and be excited about that, because that's happening because you have shown up so differently on social media this last year, and you're putting out this energy that people want. So congratulations. And then second, this is an amazing opportunity for you. So the first thing I would say is this week, every single day, read one of the blog posts from Lavelle. They, in my opinion, they are so full of so much great information. Then I like acronyms. That's my thing. It makes it easier for me to speak in front of a large room. I feel confident when I do it. So maybe you make an acronym with the word thrive. Mm-hmm. And you can say, hey, we all want to thrive in life, right? Why survive when you can thrive? And I know you're all here because you want to thrive in your business, but I also want to see you thrive in your personal life, in your health, in your wealth, in all areas. So I'm going to share with you today 5 tips for health and wellness so that you can thrive in all areas of your life, because we know that in order to thrive in your business, you have to be healthy. You can't be having, you can't be hitting a wall every day at 3 p.m. You can't have foggy brain. You can't be irritable. You can't be exhausted. You can't be, huffing and puffing, to get through the day. You can't be not sleeping well at night. Like, these are all really important things for being healthy, right? So you're hitting the pain points of most professionals, right? Most professionals are exhausted. They're foggy brain. They're frustrated. They're snapping at people. They're not sleeping well at night, right? So like, you're hitting those pain points right away. So now you've got their attention and say, so I'm going to share with you today how to thrive. We're going to break it down like this: T, and then just go through each one, right? So T could be taking supplements. Why is it important to take supplements, right? H could be hydrate. Why is it important to drink your water? Okay. R could be rest. If you're not getting a full 8 hours of sleep at night, you are not performing at optimal level. So today I'm going to be giving all of you that want a sample of rest, for example. Like, maybe you gift that if you have it. If you don't, it's fine. But I would only gift it to people who are willing to give you their email. But you could talk about rest and how our 3 steps help you to sleep better. And I may also have even more products to help with rest, right? And then I, let's see, THRI. So we need IVE, right? Anybody have a good idea for I? How about
E is obviously energy. I am not.
Yes, E definitely energy. Okay, let's keep thinking for I. V could be visualization. So one of my favorite things when people get started on, and always pull in the Thrive, one of my favorite things when people get started on the Thrive experience, I say, visualize who you want to be in a few months. If you could wave a magic wand today, what would you want to see change with your health or your body? And I want you guys to think about that, because right now you're thinking about your business. You're thinking about Q4. We're getting towards the end of the year and you're like, I got to kill it. I got to do this, this, and this for my business. I got a vision board for my business. But do you have a vision board for your health? Because that's going to mean nothing if you're not in the right state of mind. You could build your company to a Fortune 500 and die of a heart attack tomorrow. That's not going to help you or anybody in your family. So let's, visualize, what do you want out of your body? And I want you to come and tell me at the end, and I have a special gift for you if you do, because I know that I have something that can help you. Okay. And I'm going to think I. Anybody have a good idea for I? Oh, Melissa said imagine.
That's what I was going to say too. Okay. Imagine.
So maybe do imagine and then change V, because imagine and visualize are kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. But with imagine, what you could do too, Beth, is you could share a couple of people's stories. You could say, imagine being 60 pounds overweight, feeling like you were in this hamster wheel, feeling like, you had no other choice but to go into that school every day where, you weren't being paid what you were worth. Relationships that aren't where they should be. Right. And now that was me, guys. That was me. Can you believe that? And you should bring in like an old pair of jeans or something, Beth, and hold it up. Be like, this was me. But let me tell you, I'm not the only person. Let me tell you about my friend so-and-so and what happened with her or him, whatever, you know what I mean? And share a couple other stories. So I like that. It could be impactful. It could be imagine. It could be intention. That's where you're going to share a couple stories. Okay. Then you can keep the word visualize and make visualize about them and their body and their health. And then E is energy. And you could also implement, some exercise in there too. You could even say to them, like, it's as simple as getting energy from the Thrive experience, feeling good again, filling in those deficiencies, and then starting to exercise. Maybe you just decide to take the stairs into work. Maybe you decide to set a timer every hour at work, get up and do a couple yoga poses, or run in place or do jumping jacks for 2 minutes straight. These are the kind of things that will happen to you once you start to feel better.
Perfect. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. After you write up your kind of like little talk or whatever, feel free to reach out to me and share it with me if you want. But I think you're going to nail this, and I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Tony. That was really sweet. And also, Beth, you should read what Tony said about you. It's very sweet. Okay, so sorry, this kind of got off track today, but I feel like this was super valuable. So if anybody has any other questions, Melissa, Tony, or anybody else, let's, keep asking them. I think that there's so much value in this. And please, 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 I will put it in this chat thread. Please get on to, actually, I don't have it right in front of me. I need to find it. But please ask those questions. We've been putting up that Google form for the Wednesday Q&A with Beth and I, and we've gone through all the questions now. So if no new questions are asked, we won't have anything to do next Wednesday. So please share it with your teams, share it in the team threads. We've had some great questions on there. And even if they're repeat questions, I think it's okay, because what we're seeing is, Beth and I have been in business for 7 years. Sometimes we forget to talk about things that are still really important to the newer people that don't know yet. Right. And so we just forget because we're 7 years in. So it's important that we're answering those questions for people. So, the T, I forgot what we said for T. What did we say for T? Beth, do you remember what we said for T and the word thrive?
I think you started with taking supplements is what I wrote down.
Thank you. Taking supplements, kind of walking them through what is the Thrive experience. So thriving instead of surviving by taking supplements.
Would you drop that link for the
Q&A?
For the Q&A in the leadership thread again, so I can share it to my groups?
I got to find it. But yes, I will once I find it. Okay, so we should be in our posting now. If you guys are, this is kind of a mess, sorry. If we're doing the working Zoom, you should be posting right now if you've already done everything else, right? And then the last 20 minutes, we're gonna spend doing Facebook groups. So you guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I will find that link and put it right here in the chat. But for the next 20 minutes, we're gonna do, remember what I was just sharing with Renee. So we're gonna find 2 groups, and we're going to engage in both groups for 10 minutes, and make sure if you send anybody a message in there that you let them know where you met them, right? So I like saying things like, hey, Melissa, I loved your quote the other day. It really spoke to me inside of the Mama Tween groups. I would love to be Facebook friends. We can always use more friends, and I love motivating ones at that. Right? Or I might say, hey, Melissa, I saw your post about meals that you were asking that your kids would eat inside of the Mama Tween Boys group. I wanted to let you know, here's one of my all-time favorites, and here's all the different ways that we create it. And I'm wondering, what's your kid's favorite meal? Maybe that will help me too. Right? So just start engaging in like an authentic way. If you guys have any questions or things to add to that, things that are working well for you, please put them in the chat or unmute yourself and share. And I'm going to find that link for the Q&A. Also, you guys, don't forget, today is the leadership call with Paul Gravett at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Blair, on that note, do you think that you and Beth will still be going live at 2 with that?
So we already pre-recorded that just in case. So it'll drop at 2.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we pre-recorded it because I was like, if we know that Paul, and sometimes he's short and sometimes he's really long-winded. So I don't know. He hasn't been on a call in a long time. So I'm thinking he's going to be long-winded.
Okay. Thank you.
I just put the little, yes, Charisse, please do. I would love to see it. So I just put the link for the Google Drive for you to ask any questions. Feel free to copy that and put it in any threads that you're in, and let people know that. So these questions that they would enter today would be for next Wednesday. Okay, so I haven't done anything on Facebook because we were talking, which was awesome. Oh, also, guys, don't forget, we have that contest going until the 15th, and it's all about customer service. All you have to do is send cards to people, and you get entered for each card. So I know a few of you guys have already done it in here, but for those of you who haven't, you might want to take a picture and share it with your team. Okay, so Renee, I'm going to read your question. I forgot to mention I had a woman from the running motivation group that was asking about TAC, which I had posted about. By the way, this was a while back. I put her in a 3-way message chat with Bridget, and this woman was interested in anything related to cancer research as she was a cancer survivor. After the link was sent with the Thrive experience information, I haven't heard a word from her. I comment on her posts and stories, but I have not engaged in asking if she's interested in more information. I feel this is the response I will continue to get from this group. So does that mean I should move on? Okay, so first of all, when she was interested in TAC, did you ask her why she was interested in TAC?
She was interested in, yes, we did. She was interested in anything related to the donations going toward cancer research since she was the survivor. And that's when I was like, oh, let me put you in a 3-way chat and so on and so forth, because I believe TAC was still somewhat new at the time. And so I, put her in the 3-way chat, and Bridget sent her the information. And it was just like, we never heard anything else. I do believe, I'd have to go back and double check, but I do believe I did follow up just asking if she had any questions, and I didn't get anything from her.
So that I can tell right there, it was all information and not, so stories sell, facts tell. Okay. Always remember that, guys. So facts tell. So great. Like, here's the information about TAC. Here's why it's so great. Well, that means nothing to people, but stories are what sell it. So instead it should have been like, hey, listen, I know you're interested in TAC, and I'm going to get you the information about TAC, but I would love for you to hear a story of somebody who's using it right now and what they're experiencing from the product. And then you let them hear a story. And then you say, so not only are you giving back to an amazing organization, but you're also putting an amazing product into yourself. And as you just heard from so-and-so, this is also what it can do for you, right? So make it more about the story and less about the facts. So she probably got all the facts and was like, oh, I don't really want this, right? Instead of learning, like, what could it do for her? And what would it, how would it help her, right? And if she's a, post-cancer survivor, then you could look on the TAC ingredients, and there's things like quercetin in it. Quercetin helps to clean out your kidneys and your liver. That's really good to do after you've gone through cancer. So I would, if there's something specific, you're wanting to touch their thing. So you could just Google some of the ingredients and go, or ask, guys can always ask me, especially when it comes to cancer, like, hey, what are some of the ingredients in there that would be good for somebody post-cancer? So that would be the first thing I would say. And now you can still go back to her and say, hey, we haven't talked in a while. I just wanted to reconnect and see, would you like a sample of this product? Are you open to trying a sample? Right? So you can go back and try, but sometimes it's just the way that, like, we're wording things, right? And if you're just informing them and you give them a bunch of information about a product, then they're less likely to buy it, because there's very few people like Bridget who want to know the details. Most people want to know, how is it going to help me? How is it going to serve me? Is this worth the money I'm going to put in? Is this going to be okay for my body? Is this healthy for my body? Right? Those are the questions that most people have. It's a very small percentage who want to know the details about the product. So I would just be careful. So I don't think that that's the wrong group. I think that's a great group. And actually, a running group is a great group to be sharing form with, because it's an easy take with you on the go collagen protein that has a really high amount of collagen. And you can literally be running trails, squirt it in your mouth and keep going, right? Like a lot of my friends that run like marathons, they love form because they can just put it in their pockets. And at those marathons, by the way, and you're a runner, so you know this, they're giving like all those kind of gel packets to people, and they're full of all kinds of crap. So at least you're giving them something healthy. And the Thrive Pro bars and the beef jerky, like, these are all great things to give people and recover for right after the race. So a great question you could ask in that group is, what do you immediately consume right after a 10-mile run? And then you'll get, some people are going to be like, I don't know. I don't, or I'm using this, but I don't really like it, or, whatever. And then you can start reaching out to some of those people. Like, hey, I saw you said this. I wanted to share with you what I've been using and how it's helping me, and curious if you would like to try a sample. I'm just trying to help more people who run like me, because I just can't believe how great I feel in these products. Sometimes you can go straight for it, people. Okay. So don't feel bad about going straight in and talking about it when it's something that it's already their niche, right? It would be like, I think this is a great example, the turtle group. let's say I put up a picture, I'm in the turtle group, and I put up a picture of my turtle cage, and there were really cool stickers all over it that made it look like it was a beach theme. And you said, oh my gosh, Blair, I love how you decorated your turtle tank. And I say, oh my gosh, here's the link for these stickers. I bought them on Amazon. What is the difference between me saying that and me saying in the running group, hey, where somebody says, I'm looking for a post-workout drink. And I say, oh, let me send you a link of my favorite. Like there's no difference. Okay. But somehow we stop ourselves and we believe there's a difference. We somehow believe that because we're selling it, that we shouldn't push it. But you guys, like I have a passive business, like Ryan and I are investors in a lot of different businesses. And one of our passive business right now is a Walmart e-commerce platform. So we invested in the Walmart e-commerce platform and we get passive income because, you know, like when you go to Walmart or Amazon, it says see buying options, like maybe they don't have it, but you buy it from a third party. That's what we are now. So I don't feel bad when I tell somebody to go to walmart.com and buy something. I'm trying to push Walmart more than Amazon right now. Because of course, like I could actually earn a commission off that. I don't feel bad about saying that, but somehow we feel bad when we're talking about our vitamins, but just look at it like this is the way I changed my mindset a couple of years ago when all these Instagram influencers started selling things as affiliates. I was like, I'm an affiliate. That's what I am. I'm an affiliate for the Thrive experience because if I post something, I'm going to share the link. If somebody says they're tired, I'm going to tell them how they can fix it. If somebody says their knees hurt, I'm going to tell them how they can make their knees better. If somebody says they can't sleep good at night or they're having hot flashes, I'm going to tell them what I'm using that's going to help, right? So look at it like you're an affiliate to the Thrive experience. And then I think it will help that block of feeling like it's weird to talk about it. Sometimes you need to have a conversation with people and engage with them like we talked about earlier, but sometimes you can just go straight to it. And if they're not interested, fine, great. One less person I need to be friends with because I'm moving on, right? And it's really not that I don't care. It's just really like they're not ready to buy yet. And I know this is going to help them. So I'm going to move on to somebody else.
Hey, Blair, is there a specific way that we can say, okay, our link and then form after it? Or, I mean,
great question. Hold on. Let me look.
Like if we're addressing a specific product.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just see. I think there is. I think when you go to your website, like don't log in like you're going to the Cloud Office. Just literally just put in your website and then then at the top you go to Thrive, you know, where it has like the little things at the top of the brand. The next one is Thrive. Then go down to Thrive Plus line. Then let's see, I just clicked on Chill, for example. Now here's my link with Chill at the end. I'll copy and paste it and put it in the chat. So that's how I do it for people.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you asked that question because these are the kind of things that like we just don't talk about because we, you know, unless somebody asks, I don't even know to talk about that, but it is super helpful. I agree, Renee. It makes it easier because if I'm talking about a specific product with them, I like to have those links. And I also like to walk them through it. So sometimes I'll say on that message, hey, remember I set you up with that free access. Here's a reminder. Here's your link. Here's your username. Here's your password because I save those on Trello. And so I'll remind them. And then I'll say, all you have to do is go to the top, click Thrive before you log in, and then choose Plus Line and then click on this. But here's the direct link to the website as well. So I also like to inform them of how to find those things because usually if you send people to go look and they're looking, let's say just for form, they're going to start perusing and looking at other things too. Right. And that's only going to help you. And I do the same thing for my customers. If you guys listen to that 7 tips of customer service that I shared with you guys at the beginning of the month, one of the things that I do is, remember I shared that I have like every quarter, I have like a method of how I do things. Month 1, I do this. Month 2, I do this. Month 3, I do this. Well, one of my touch outs is to remind them of any new products that have come out. And I always send them the direct link. So I might say, hey, not sure if you noticed, but we have this new amazing product called Chill. It helps to reduce your cortisol levels. Here's the ingredients that are in it. I have already observed XYZ. I cannot believe it. I have tons of people that are raving about it. And here's the direct link if you want to check it out and learn more. Let me know if you need help adding this to your order for this month. Okay, guys. So hopefully you're in your second Facebook group if you're doing the working Zoom. Oh, thanks, Tony. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask me, and also use that link that I put in the chat, and you can always ask there, and we'll answer it next Wednesday on the Beth and Blair Q&A. And then Charisse, keep me updated. I can't wait to hear your elevator pitch and hear how it goes at the event. Renee, keep me updated as well. And Beth, I cannot wait to hear how your speech goes. I know you're going to nail it. It's going to be amazing. And I think that's it, guys. All right, I'm going to end early because I have to be on something at 9 a.m. Let me see. Of course.
Thanks, Blair.
Of course, my pleasure. You guys have a great day. Make it a great day for others. Bye.